Hey everyone, want to see what I'm working on? So I have a couple ideas of things I've been noodling with, so let's talk through them. I first found this picture of this bunch of apples, and I quite liked this composition and thought maybe we could have some sort of scene happening within here. And then I found the soccer team, well, two soccer teams playing against each other, and I thought maybe we could cut the players out and have them running atop the apples. The scale of the people I think is right, and I think that this could be a fun combination. But the other thing I found that could work here is in this book, I found a couple pages that have illustrations of people reading books sort of in different positions. And some of these are maybe a little bit too big for this scene, but there's quite a few options on the couple of pages here. And so I thought maybe I could cut out some of these people and have them sitting atop the apples and reading here. Then I could name it Bookworm or something, and that could be a fun play. But I think that maybe conceptually that's a better idea, but I think the soccer team visually might work better. But I think we should start cutting stuff out, and we will see once we start laying things on top of each other which of those will work better. Then the other image I found is this ad for a radio, I guess, but it's this guy standing in this room looking out the window, and I thought the window would be perfect to cut out and put something behind there. And the first thing I found was this giant eyeball, which could be funny of the eyeball just staring in the room. Now, this picture I think might be a tiny bit too big for the illusion. We'll have to cut out the window and see if it's the right size. If not, we can maybe find a different eye image to work here. I mean, even this one might be a better scale, but it's on the cover. I don't know how I would use it, but we can figure that out. That was the second image that I liked. And then this third one, I found this, I believe it's a church, and I just thought the composition of this picture was really nice, just straight on church, and I thought we could cut out the windows and the doors and cut around here. Then I also have this gift wrap book, so it's pages and pages of sheets of gift wrap. I quite liked this one and thought that maybe if we nestled this church within this bundle of flowers, we're gonna have to figure out what else to add to this, but I thought at least the colors of these worked really well together. So those are the three concepts that I've been noodling on. So let's start cutting stuff out, start seeing what's working together, and we'll go from there. Okay, we got our little guys cut out. They were a lot smaller than I thought they were, or maybe I'm just rusty. I don't know. It was like kind of difficult to get them cut out. Let's get them laid out on here. Now, I think the important thing is going to be getting it so they all look like they're looking at the ball. I kept this big white sort of trail, motion trail of the ball, because I thought that would make sense, but we'll have to see if it continues to make sense as we get our people in. Okay, and I think having one guy kind of ready there to be someone on his team who's gonna get it. So he's the green guy. So maybe we have this green guy kind of being the one who's gonna take the ball, and then this guy's here for support. But then we have a couple defense people. That's kind of fun. Okay, what do we think? I think this is working. I do wish I had a goal net, like a goalie and the net. There wasn't one in the illustration, so unfortunately I don't have one, but I do think that would maybe help with the soccer game look. But this isn't really a linear field, so maybe it's okay. I think the scale of the people works really well. I think the number of people works really well. So I actually really like this. I think let's put it off to the side, work on a different one, and we can come back if we decide we want to add something or what. But I kind of am liking this so far. All right, unfortunately, I do think this eye is way too big. I don't think you can even really tell that it's an eye. I wanted just to see if this eye is any better. See, it actually is a little bit smaller and a little bit easier to read. And also I think the fact that this eye is blue helps. But I also think in general, these are just too big. I need a smaller eye image, I think. Let's just, for proportion's sake, see if this lady, see like that, I think scale-wise is a lot better. I wish it was maybe a touch bigger, and I also wish it was color. Since the foreground is black and white, I would really love the eyeball to be in color, but I think that this sort of scale is a little bit better. Okay, let's see if there's anything else in here. I mean, maybe. All right, I think I need to take a little bit of time and look in a different book for something to go back here. So let's put this off to the side and come back to it. So I'm liking how this is coming together. I like how we nestled the church within the flowers, but I do think we need to add some more elements. So I went on a hunt for a few couples, because I think when you think church and flowers, wedding is probably the first thing you think of. So I found this couple here and then this one. I'm thinking that this couple might work a little bit better in the scene because it will be kind of like they're walking away from the church and they'll be in the foreground, and we can sort of nestle flowers in the bouquet here and in where this woman's head is, and so her hand could be holding a flower. Because I have another page of this, because it came out of a fold out thing, there's 4 more of these, I can just cut out some flowers from those other pages to incorporate into this couple here. So let's get them cut out and see if we can put them down here and see what that looks like. All right, so if we add our couple maybe down here, I'm trying to think where would we cut off? Like, would we cut off here or keep more of them? I'm trying to decide what like the composition would be. So if I add a flower from the background here into the bouquet, that will tie it in further, and then maybe add a little flower in her hand. Okay, so if we add this flower here, and we'll nestle it behind her so it's not sticking out like that. My only other thought is maybe we want to add some birds. Like, she could have a little bird in her hand. There could be one flying down here, maybe one over here. That might help tie the composition together a little bit more. That's my only other thought on this, is maybe birds. While I think about that, let's look at our guy looking out the window, because I found a couple other eye pictures that maybe will work. I'm trying not to jostle this too much. Okay, there's this one and this one. Let's see here, we have this lady here. I kind of like that. I think that's a good size. All right, let's try the other one I found. Yeah, I don't like these proportions as much. She's not big enough, unfortunately. I want to try to add something else in the room to tie back to the large woman looking in the window. I could have a hand coming in, or maybe like a large shoe or a big bag or big hat, something to kind of connect her to the room. I'm trying to think what that could be. I cut out some birds because I do think that's maybe what's missing from this. So let's have a couple of these guys in here. This one can be flying from over here. This one I was thinking, take the flower out of her hand and put the bird in there. Oh, that's cute. And then this guy could be coming in from over here maybe. Okay, but I actually think just adding those 3 birds and the fact that they all have yellow in them, I think is really helping. And then I'm gonna really tighten up this crop when we're done gluing everything down. I'm gonna trim the edges, the top and bottom quite a bit, and then the edges a little bit. And I think tightening up the composition is going to help quite a bit. So let's glue this down, I think, and then we'll trim it up and I think we'll be good. And here are the 2 collages that we made today. The wedding scene was not at all what I thought I was going to make today. When I found this church, I really just liked the shape of the building, and then pairing it with the flowers, I thought was just kind of a visually beautiful composition. And then turning it into a wedding scene was, again, not something I planned to do, but I think it's incredibly beautiful and I love the composition. And then our soccer team playing on the apples is so funny, and I love the scale of the apples to the people. I think that that's working really well. I think we have a good amount of the people. Overall, I think the composition is working really well, and I'm wondering what team might win the game. So 2 really different collages today, but both beautiful and fun. And then our last image I was trying to work was this guy looking out the window, and I thought maybe pairing it with the giant eye, kind of looking in, might be fun. But I'm not entirely sold on this direction, and I'm not sure how to make it work. I would love to know your thoughts. Do you think that this is a good direction? Do you have other ideas? Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this, and maybe we will revisit it. But I'm gonna put it off to the side for now because I'm really just not sure how to solve it. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the 2 collages that we made today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.